Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, well, hello. Now this video is entitled Political Advertisements on Boner Pills for a Reason, and hear me out. So, let's look at boner pills first. Yeah, Viagra, Cialis, and all these online scams to get guys, horny young guys, or more specifically, horny white guys, to buy into them. And what happens is these boner pills that they buy online end up fucking up their dicks. Either it stretches the penis muscles to the point where it gets destroyed, or what happens then, people have, white guys specifically, have permanent erectile dysfunction. See, the problem with boner pills, not Viagra and Cialis, are FDA approved. The problem with boner pills is that they tend to basically tell white guys who are insecure about their small dicks that you could grow your penis like that Farmville. Farm dick is what the business should be called, which in my honest opinion, all these online scams that promise you these boner pills will work on you should be called farm dick, because it's promising you that you can grow your penis to a like 12-inch hard-on erection and all that. But the problem is, let's face facts here. Biology has proven that people of certain races have certain dick sizes. White guys have small dicks. Now, white guys have small dicks, but Asian guys have micro penises. They have it worse. Compared to Asian guys, white guys have the bigger penises. Now, black guys have big dicks. Black guys have big dicks. White guys have small dicks. Asian guys have micro dicks. How they penetrate a woman to make a child, I'll never know. But the point is that each race of people has a different dick size when it comes to men. Now, getting this out of the way, all these boner pills, as I said, is targeting insecure white guys that want to grow their dicks. Kind of like Farmville. Now, suppose that a guy, an insecure white guy, buys these pills, right? Buys these pills, and then one day wakes up, goes to scratch his balls, and his balls don't feel hairy. They feel very flesh-like. So the guy goes to his doctor, And he says, "Doc, there's no hair on my nuts. I guess my pubic hair fell off." And the doctor asks him to lower down his pants. This is an uncomfortable situation for any guy when your doctor asks you to lower down your pants, whether it be a prostate exam or testicle exam. You know, it's uncomfortable. No guy wants to get naked in front of their male doctor, but that's besides the point. So this white guy lowers down his pants, pulls down his underwear, and he says, "Timmy, that's not flesh. Those are extra dicks. You have a dick with a uterus." Uterus, did I use the right phrasing there? I meant udder. I meant udder. Not you. Not you. Not uterus. I meant udder. So, this insecure white guy grows extra dicks on his balls, and now he has a dick and an udder. Not a nutsack, but an udder. His sperm is gone. He has no sperm count. He just has an udder with a penis. Now, the doctor recommends to him, you could take advantage of this. You could go into the porn industry. And he says, "What? Why? That's embarrassing." He says, "No, this gives you an advantage. You could call yourself Octo Dick. You'll get a lot of female fans, and you'll be able to do more than what guys with one dick are able to do, since you have an udder where your pubic hair used to be." And see, the reason why I bring up boner pills, a silly / irrelevant topic, is because I think boner pills and political advertisements are in cahoots with each other. And hear me out. Hear me out. They're bullshit. Political advertisements are like boner pill advertisements. They're kind of like Via and all these online bullshit for political advertisements. So you bullshit, but in more of a hard to swallow way. You have Republicans and Democrats who are just fucking retarded. They're fucking retarded. They're fucking retarded. All of them. Some people in Congress are so stupid, it's hard not to laugh at them. But on a serious note, though, McCain has a successful operation because he needs to have a serious operation, and I hope it goes well, because he, unlike other Republicans in Congress, is a very honorable and respectable human being, and decent human being at that as well. And I hope he pulls through the surgery and recovery. Back to what I was saying about political advertisements. A lot of these Republicans and Democrats use these political advertisements kind of like the definition of insanity. Now, what's the definition of insanity for those of you who don't know what the definition of insanity is? Well, you're probably insane if you don't know what the definition of insanity is. The definition of insanity is essentially doing the same thing over and over again and expecting the same result. That's the definition of insanity. Republicans and Democrats, these young, cool, and hip Republicans and Democrats, use these old status quo tactics to get you to ignorantly not look up their policies and for you to vote for them. Now, they'll say shit like, a lot of Republicans will say, if you vote for me, I'll be on terrorist watch 24/7, even though we haven't been attacked by a terrorist attack since, I believe it's 2013, since the Boston bombers, something like that. Yeah, Boston bombers, yeah, 2013. We haven't been attacked by terrorists since then, and we haven't been attacked majorly by international foreign attack since 9/11. So saying something like, I'll be on terrorist watch 24/7 sounds appealing, but when you say something like that, when a politician says something like that, what they really mean is vote for me and I'll compromise your privacy rights. Now, Democrats, on the other hand, typically say something like, if you vote for me, I will make sure that racism and sexism is no longer in the workplace or in society. That sounds appealing, but here's the reality. A lot of Democrats are Republicans. And yeah, Republicans are in this boat at this point. They weren't, but now they are. Most of them, not all, but most of them. They're fans of quotas. So a lot of Democrats will still go by this quota idea instead of looking for the individual. The individual, you know, that pulls themselves through and works hard and all that and has a mind of their fucking own, you know. Apparently, to Democrats and most Republicans, being part of a quota is the ideal. So when a Democrat says, I'll make sure racism and sexism aren't in American society, sounds appealing, but what happens? You put people in quotas, so therefore you divide more people based on sex, gender, or race instead of content and character, which in itself is sexist and bigoted. And so therefore, a lot of these Democrats or Republicans will use these stupid old status quo tactics of you ignorantly giving them their vote without you looking up their positions, because they don't want you to do that. They don't want you to look up what they really stand for, because if you knew what they stood for on every policy level, you wouldn't vote for them. And so therefore, they rely on stupid, ignorant Americans and Americans who don't like to read news or who are apolitical to vote for them. And digging in deeper with this, the political advertisements come off very condescending and very very ignorant and arrogant and all that, and it insults the intelligence of plenty of Americans. Now, my theory kind of blends in with each other. Boner pills companies and political advertisements just do essentially the same thing. So when you have big pharma that puts out boner pills like Cialis and Viagra, influencing, because Bayer owns almost everything at this point. So Bayer, big pharma, has woven in, that's the right word, woven in Congress, and essentially, you know, Bayer and Wall Street regulate Congress instead of Congress regulating Wall Street and Bayer. Now, big pharma has a big lot to do with Congress. So you have political advertisements and politicians, and boner pills and boner pill advertisements in cahoots with each other. They do essentially the same thing. They rely on stupid, ignorant people to buy into their products. Now, you're probably thinking, what are you smoking? I want some of this. I'm not smoking anything. I'm just, putting theories together and hypotheses together based on what I see, not only on the internet, but outside life. Now, so based on observations from the news and all that. And so here's a great example how these two are very similar. Political advertisements. Well, let's go with, let's say John Kerry's running for president again. No, he's too boring. Let's go Al Gore. Al Gore you can make fun of. Let's say Al Gore is going to run for president in 2020. And Al Gore says something like, my documentary, Inconvenient Sequel, got another Nobel Prize. Another Nobel Peace Prize. And I got a Grammy for an inconvenient sequel. And say this is his whole speech about him bragging about his environmental shit, right? Now, you have selfish, ignorant people, and ignorant and dumb people at that, who will buy into this shit. They will buy into environmentalism, and I care about the planet too. I really do, but environmentalism fucks up shit worse, and I'll get to that in another video. But here's the thing, though. You have Al Gore running for president in this theoretical view. Talk about environmentalism. And he's going to rely on selfish, ignorant, and ignorant dumb people to vote for him. Now, let's say Republican, let's just say Paul Ryan's running for president again in 2020. He's going against Trump in this theory because Trump circumcised him in the White House Oval Office, and he is depressed that he doesn't have his foreskin anymore. And so he's running against Trump. Now, Trump loses the GOP nomination ticket in this theory, and it's Paul Ryan is the nominee. Now, Paul Ryan says, I, Paul Ryan, will post pictures of my skinny white body on Instagram if I'm elected president, and I will make sure that I'll get the clergy of the Catholic Church to convince guys that if they masturbate, they'll go blind. And he's going to rely on selfish, ignorant, stupid people to buy into that. And so you have Republicans and Democrats buying into these both candidates. And you have people like me on the other end saying, number one, masturbation does not cause you to go blind. And number two, your skinny white body is not impressive to look at. And you, Al Gore, environmentalism is not feasible because, number one, when you interact too much with the environment, when you try to prevent global warming from happening or climate change from doing its thing, which is natural, you're going to fuck up the environment even worse. And it's actually been proven to be true. Earth goes through its cooling and heating processes, right? And it went through its, recovery phase after the dinosaurs, and it was the Neanderthals. After Neanderthals were gone, it was the cavemen. After the cavemen were gone, it was us, right? We're still here. But now, the one that Al Gore is preaching is basically saying more government intervention on the environment and trying to prevent the environment from destroying us all, but at the same time, the planet Earth isn't going anywhere. We're going away. We're disappearing. We're going to be the next extinct species. But the Earth isn't going to go anywhere. So this environmental stuff is kind of a waste of time. It's kind of buying time when you know you don't have time available. It's kind of like you have a terminal illness and you still want to take medicine, even though you know the illness is going to kill you. So to the Earth, we're not a threat. To Earth, we're not a threat at all. But if we continue to try to prevent global warming or try to prevent the Earth doing its natural process of cooling and heating and all that, we will be a threat to the environment. All this environmentalism stuff, Al Gore, will essentially destroy the planet and not help it. And so therefore you have people like me in the middle who think both sides are bullshit and both supporters of those sides are ignorant and stupid and selfish. Now, to conclude my theory on my conclusion here, and to conclude my boner pills and political advertisers are in cahoots with each other, I want to make this final similarity as well. The example I just used is with political advertisers. Now with boner pills. Now let's say you have Cialis and online boner pill company, and they're essentially selling you the same fucking product, even though you know it's going to do nothing. Erectile dysfunction is natural, and trying to grow your dick is impossible. So you got some guy hooked up on online drugs that are supposed to grow his dick. Not going to happen. And now he has an addiction to these dick pills. And Cialis, sorry, but once erectile dysfunction kicks in, that's it for guys. You can't get it up anymore at a certain point. It really starts at 50. Your erections and all that start to go down at age 50. 40 is your last hurrah. it's kind of down the hill. And that's the thing. These two things sell the same bullshit. Political advertisements and boner pills sell the same bullshit. So that's why my theory is that they're in cahoots with each other. And if you still think I'm on something, you can think that, but I'm not. I'm just, hypothesizing based on good sleep, and not listening to stupid bullshit. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. See you next time.